Imagine being 90 years old and looking back at your life, not with regrets, but with contentment and joy. What if I told you that the key to true happiness isn't about wealth, status, or external achievements, but about how you live each day? People who've lived to 90 have learned powerful lessons about happiness that most of us overlook in our quest for more. Want to know what they know? Let's dive into the secrets they've uncovered over decades of life experience. As we go through life, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle of striving for bigger and better things. Better jobs, better homes, more accomplishments. But those who live to 90 often share the same wisdom. It's the little things in life that matter the most. Over decades of experience, they've learned that happiness doesn't come from accumulating wealth or gaining recognition. It comes from savoring the everyday moments that make up a life. People who've reached their 90s know that real joy comes from appreciating the small, often overlooked aspects of life. For them, happiness isn't a destination, but rather a series of small, meaningful moments. Whether it's the warmth of a morning coffee, a walk in the park, or a good conversation with a friend. These moments may seem simple, but they hold immeasurable value. When you're young, it's easy to take these moments for granted, always pushing for more. There is thinking that success or possessions will bring happiness. But as people get older, they come to realize how fleeting those small moments are and how precious they truly are. In fact, the people who have lived the longest often say that the key to living a long, fulfilling life is embracing these little things. They've realized that the pursuit of more is endless and exhausting. What they've learned is that contentment doesn't come from the big accomplishments. It comes from appreciating the simple joys of everyday life. Whether it's watching a child laugh, enjoying a good book, or feeling the warmth of a loved one's embrace, these little moments hold immense power in shaping a fulfilling life. By shifting focus from constant achievement to enjoying the present, you start to realize how much happiness is already within your grasp. Imagine the sense of peace that comes from simply enjoying the moment without worrying about what's next. This practice is what so many people in their 90s have learned to embrace. It allows them to truly live in the present, taking pleasure in the small, beautiful moments that make life worth living. And it's something that's accessible to all of us, regardless of age, if we only allow ourselves to embrace it fully. When we think about happiness, we often imagine it in terms of personal success or achievements. But for those who've lived to 90, they understand that the real source of happiness is connection, the relationships we build with others. Over time, they've come to value meaningful connections over superficial ones. The bonds we create with family, friends, and even strangers have a profound effect on our overall well-being, shaping not only our emotional health, but also our sense of purpose and belonging. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to neglect relationships. We get so focused on climbing the career ladder, making more money, or getting recognition that we sometimes forget that happiness is found in the love and support we give and receive from others. For those in their 90s, this is a lesson they've learned well. Many will tell you that the happiest moments of their lives weren't tied to professional achievements or financial success, but to the people who shared their journey with them. The people who offered comfort during tough times, shared in their joys, and created lasting memories together. It's these moments of togetherness that shape the essence of a meaningful life. A life filled with deep, genuine relationships is a life worth living. It's not about the number of friends you have, but the quality of the connections you nurture. Whether it's spending time with your children, calling a friend for a chat, or simply having a meaningful conversation with a loved one, these are the moments that fill our hearts with joy and leave lasting memories. The true treasures in life often lie in these quiet, simple exchanges of care and understanding. In fact, research has shown that people with strong social connections live longer, happier lives. The emotional support that we get from our relationships acts as a buffer against stress and hardship, helping us to navigate challenges with resilience. So take a moment to reflect on your own relationships. Are you nurturing them? Are you showing the people around you that they matter? Because ultimately, the strength of our connections defines the quality of our lives. It's never too late to invest in these bonds and reap the benefits they bring to our emotional and physical health. By the time we reach 90, we've experienced our share of mistakes, missed opportunities, and regrets. But the older generation teaches us that it's essential to let go of these regrets in order to experience true happiness. Holding on to past mistakes can prevent us from moving forward and from fully enjoying the present. People who've reached the age of 90 have learned to forgive, not just others but themselves as well. The power of forgiveness is one of the greatest lessons in life. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about releasing the hold that past past events have on your emotional state. When you hold on to anger, guilt, or resentment, it takes away your peace of mind and clouds your ability to appreciate the present. For the 90-year-olds who have lived through this, they know that forgiveness is an act of self-care. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of negative emotions, allowing you to move forward with greater clarity and emotional freedom. Self-forgiveness is just as important. People in their 90s understand that they've made mistakes, just like everyone else, but they don't dwell on them. Instead, they focus on the lessons they've learned and the wisdom they've gained from their experiences. When you stop beating yourself up for past decisions, you create space for peace and joy to enter your life. It's not about ignoring the past, but about understanding that you can't change it. The key is to release the emotional burden that keeps you stuck. Doing so brings emotional peace and frees you from being defined by your past. So ask yourself, what regrets are you holding on to? What do you need to forgive yourself for? The act of letting go can be incredibly freeing. Once you do, you open yourself up to a future filled with possibilities, growth, and happiness. Another lesson that those who've lived to 90 often share is the importance of embracing simplicity. As people age, they tend to become less concerned with the pursuit of perfection. In youth, we are taught to strive for excellence, to be the best, and to meet societal expectations. However, those who have lived for many decades realize that perfection is unattainable and unnecessary. Happiness, they've learned, comes from letting go of the need to be perfect and embracing the beauty of imperfection. Perfectionism can be exhausting and demoralizing. When you constantly set yourself up for unattainable standards, you never feel satisfied. You're always chasing after something that is, in reality, an illusion. But when you learn to accept life as it is, with all its flaws and imperfections, you free yourself from the pressure of being perfect. The 90-year-olds who've embraced this lesson know that it's okay to make mistakes, and that happiness isn't about being flawless. Instead, it's about accepting yourself fully and being at peace with your journey. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on simplicity. This could mean decluttering your home, simplifying your schedule, or letting go of the unnecessary pressures in your life. It's not just about material simplicity, but emotional and mental simplicity too. By clearing out the clutter, both physical and emotional, you make room for things that truly matter. When you reduce the complexity of your life, you open yourself up to deeper connections, more meaningful experiences, and a greater sense of peace. Doing less and being more is a mindset that leads to a life filled with peace, joy, and contentment. And as those who have lived long lives will tell you, that is where true happiness resides. The lessons from those who've lived to 90 are clear. Happiness comes from savoring small moments, nurturing relationships, forgiving ourselves, and embracing simplicity. True happiness isn't found in big achievements, but in the everyday choices we make. By focusing on what really matters, relationships, gratitude, and accepting life's imperfections, we can find greater contentment. If we learn to slow down, appreciate the little things, and let go of perfection, we can live a longer, happier life. The wisdom of those who've lived through it shows us that it's never too late to start applying these lessons.